I see you there, Sugar. Welcome back to the show. Keep your back straight. I've got some juicy information and insight for you. So I found this interesting comment from Mr. Carlos, and he's referring to HEX. Now, whenever prices go down, we have regret. Yes, we should have sold the top. Always, friends. And when it goes up, I should have leveraged and went all in. It's just that it's been so long, we forgot what that feels like. But it happens. Cycles have been happening since the beginning of time. Since the beginning, we've even made markets for speculation. Since the 1700s and even before that. They're not going to go away. We get in moods to be good, fear and greed, always. The cycle of emotions. So he says, in HEX, we could have sold it on a double, Instead, we staked for 15 years. Now we got wrecked. We're down over 90%. There's only a few winning. And he speaks about another coin, which is like a reflect coin. They just take 10% and they reroute it somewhere. Okay, this has been done thousands of times before. So, look at this. Also, Mr. Pulse Emperor says, I never understood how some HEX OGs, so original gangsters, didn't diversify. I have a 15-year stake, but out of skepticism, I made the decision to also have a 1 and 2 year stake to just see how it goes. It's those two stakes that changed my life. The FUD in 2019 was too strong for me to go all in. Now, both Carlos and Mr. Pulse Emperor, yes, friends of the channel, but I want to explain something to you, all right? You're going to see this, and if you don't train your mind, then guess what? The market's going to train it for you in the most gruesome, vicious way. You know all those people who look down on poor people? You know all those people who say, you got wrecked? They're pointing with one finger, but guess what? Their 3 fingers are pointing right back at themselves. So because HEX OGs saw 500 altcoins go down, and then they saw one coin going up, they held on. You understand that? So it seemed logically stupid to sell the winning bag, which is actually paying you yield. This is actually what happened to Mr. Silvertooth. See, everybody acts like a genius now. Like, oh my God, so obvious. Should have sold the top, guys. Friends, I want to tell you something. You know this chart? This is the Dow Jones, okay? This is the Dow Jones in the Great Depression. There were people who jumped out of a building. They ended their lives. There were men who left their children and their wives to fend for themselves in this cruel world because they took too much risk, because the stock market wiped them out. And then we had 10 years of the most gruesome, jobless state we've ever seen in recent times. All these people, after it went down, said, should have sold the top. Should have sold the top, and now I've got nothing. Humans have regret. Why? Because we are always evaluating our decisions based off the future and speculating. We are one of the only creatures, if not the only creature on Earth, who actually plans for the future. To this extent, we can speculate about the future. It is one of the greatest gifts, but also it can be to our detriment as well when we don't get it wrong, because we are always thinking in linear terms. So when something happens that we can't predict, it goes off trend. This is always what breaks us. So when you see the one coin going up, I want you to remember the language that people are hearing. And by the way, I'm going to tell it to you right now. When a coin is going up, you think, oh yeah, I'm just going to sell. No, you're not. You know why? Let me share with you the words of the great Max Kaiser. That's right. Religious priest of Bitcoin land. The great Max Kaiser. Then he said, I still remember these videos. He said, most investors, they ruin themselves. Why? He says, when a coin goes up, they take profit. And when a coin goes down, they rotate out of that profit and they buy the loser. And they keep buying the loser and they never make it. Okay. Guess when he was saying this? He was saying this as Bitcoin is screaming higher. 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K. Back in 2021. Now, he's right, by the way. He's right. People don't hold on to their winners long enough. So you can't sit there pretending on your high horse you're a genius when every single wealthy investor or investee or speculator says to you, you know what? When the market shows you that you're on a winner, you've got to hold the winner. You never let go. That's what they say. Now, some people are going to take the skeptical, cynical view of that and go, oh, they're all liars. But are they liars? Because if they never gave you that approach, you would never have even gotten to the first 10x point. You would have sold them like the freaking plus 30% and you're out. It's a double-edged sword. We never know the future. That's why you've got to align yourself with super long-term trends, friends. Super long-term trends. By the way, like, subscribe, press the belly button. I appreciate every single one of you. Shock the algorithm. It always looks obvious in hindsight, doesn't it? I'm going to show you this. This is going to blow your mind, by the way. Are you ready? Are you ready? Just please, straight on your back, because I'm not talking to one single person with a hunched back when I tell you this, okay? You want to sit here and tell me, like, oh, should have sold the top, should have bought the bottom. Have you not followed any of my words of advice? Have you not read any of the literature from any billionaire, millionaire, thousandaire, or anybody who's made it? They all say the same thing. 1, the game is hard. 2, keep trying. 3, never give up. 4, break all the rules. You understand? Break all the rules. You have to concentrate. Now, let me tell you, there are people, unfortunately, they're not around today to share the experiences of what I'm about to tell you because they followed the rules. Oh, just it made sense. When the adoption came, I held on. When there was no adoption, I wasn't in. You think it's easy? You think it's easy? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest with me, okay? Be honest with me. Microsoft. Maybe you've heard of the company. Just made every Windows operating system in the world, right? Would you sell Microsoft just as it was getting mainstream adoption? I'm going to ask you that. So you already know because I'm asking you. I'm leading into a corner, friends. By the way, with consent. There's a camera over there. Nothing's happening. Got my hands behind my back, okay? My hands are behind my back. I am not touching you without consent. Okay? Non-threatening. Would you sell Microsoft just as it was getting mainstream adoption? I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? You're going to tell me one thing. You're going to say, no, it's finally gotten mainstream adoption. It's now on every single computer in the world. There are hundreds of millions of customers around the world who have it. This is the time to be bullish. I'm going to hold on. Of course, you're going to say that because that sounds like the logical thing to do. And what I'm about to show you is going to shock you. So please, if there are children in the room, I'm going to ask them to leave. Okay? I'm just going to ask you, please, remove children from your bedroom right now. Look at that. What was that? Oh, excuse me. Did you go up 627x before you hit mainstream adoption for 5,000 days in a row? That's right. Zoom in. No, I'm not going to let you escape this. Zoom in. You see that? 5,000 days in a row. Baby doll, baby cake, sugar pie, and blueberry pies. You went up for 5,000 days in a row. Your biggest pullback was a freaking 27%. That's right, you count that. That's 5,000 days. You're up 627x. You have not even hit mainstream adoption yet. You understand? Look what happens after you are now in every school, every building, every office, even the little tree houses with the squirrels. Congratulations, okay? You then go sideways for 6,000 days. Well done. Well done. You're a genius, aren't you? I'm going to ask you, please stay in the corner of the room. Do not hunch your back. This just blew you out of a retirement right now. You followed the rules. Okay. Don't buy stuff that is risky. Okay. That's step number 1. Step number 2. If you're in something and then it gets mainstream adoption, hold on. Congratulations, okay? You literally go sideways for 17 years. You make nothing. You literally made nothing. While crypto, by the way, was birthed here. So, by the way, just as Bitcoin does 1,000,000x, congratulations on your 2x, by the way. Bitcoin. With all the risk, by the way, Satoshi, scam Ponzi, religious weirdo, all right? John McAfee eating his willy. Roger Ver swaps a Lamborghini for it. Richard Hart, future twerker, buys it at $32. Da Vinci J15 also buys it at $32. They watch it go down 95%. Well done. Congratulations. Do you see, friends? It's not so easy. Okay, it's easy for me to tell you what sounds logical on paper. Okay, you know, just do the thing that makes sense. Okay, yeah, okay. You got adoption. Okay, keep holding. Keep holding. Any day now, any day now. Now, this is a monthly chart, okay? So you're going to look like a genius. You think in your mind, like, oh, I never would have held that. Oh, yeah, really? Really? You telling me this doesn't look like the most biggest rounded bottom of all time? By the way, literally, Microsoft has taken over the world at this point in 2005. There is not a single... But this is pre-Apple killing it, by the way. There's literally nothing out there. You have 100% market share, basically, all right? Oh, yeah, next stop, $3,000. Look what happens. Congratulations. You go nowhere. You break the low, then you go sideways, and then it takes you another... Oh my gosh, I didn't even want to say this. It takes you another 8 years just to get back to the top. You see, it's not so easy, friends. So that's why I have this peppy with these shadows. I'm to tell you, okay, yeah, oh, it's just so easy, right? Well, look what happened. Why would you think it's so easy, hey? Like, this is the game of speculation. Buy low, sell high, okay? The buy low part, unfortunately, requires a lot of balls, friends. There's going to be 2 balls here. Do you understand? Also, steel ovaries. There must be risk. There must be shadows. You must get called a fraud. You must get called a delusional heretic. Go check my Twitter. Go check my YouTube, okay? By the way, I love all of you. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button. I appreciate every single one of you. I know you shocked the algorithm, but just telling you right now. Every single day. Monkeys are throwing poop at me. I've got a hazmat suit on. I'm not scared. But they're stinky. I don't want people to think I'm stinky just like a bear. You understand? You need to step into the shadow realm. Bitcoin has no shadow realm. Ethereum has no shadow realm. You know it. You already know it. Unfortunately, even with all these words and all these lessons, I still know 95% aren't going to make it. They're going to fall into the same trap because it's so hard. It's so hard to catch yourself feeling good. You're like, wait a minute. Why do I feel good? Uh-oh. It's because Jerry, Tom, Ramona, and Jessica are all in my coin with me and telling me that this is the future and it's such an obvious play. Then you're in the trap. You're in the trap, all 5 of you. No one wants to leave the party. They've got their clothes off. How did the girls get here? Who are the other girls? There's a lot of glitter going around here. Okay? Who got all the alcohol? It's very hard to say, okay, there are 9 people on this side of the boat. I'm going to be one. I'm actually going home. You're going home and it's your birthday and they literally got the house for you and it's Saturday. They've opened 1 beer. The party just arrived and now you got to go home. Yes, that's the right move to do in speculation, in investing. It is actually the right move to do. So remember, 1 finger pointing at other people, you have 3 fingers pointing back. And sometimes we just got to listen to the greatest of all time, the inverse oracles, the representor of the average mind of the market. Jimmy Cramer, the inverse oracle god. The Chinese government does not downgrade. It detains. Strong sell. All right, that's it. When I heard that, I was like, okay, me and you, we aren't really in the stonks world, but I've had enough. That's it. You go turbo long China at this point. He represents the average person. I know this game is so hard, friends, because there's a new story and a new ticker and a new logo and a new mindset every single time. You're telling me, oh my gosh, you have to be skeptical of everything? Yes. Habib, yes. The biggest, most successful investors, the best speculators, the best traders, I don't know if you guys know this, but they are the most superstitious people you'll ever meet in your life. Superstitious, yeah. I used to know a dude who used to wear the same pairs of shoes on a Monday. That's right. He had a net worth of like 8 million. These shoes are like 14 years old. Nah, has to wear the same pair of shoes on Monday. Why? Because the few times he didn't, he blew up his account. He refuses. He's got the still same pairs of shoes. Wears them on a Monday. That's just how the game goes. Do you understand? Everybody's got their own little thing. Don't break the rules. I know most people are going to break the rules, by the way. Leverage is going to come. It's going to start working. Everyone's going to start pointing fingers and say, oh my gosh, you know, if I didn't listen to you and I actually did more leverage because the prices went up, you've cost me over a fortune, you know, and then it just ends up in one way, kaput. You've seen enough, friends. We're going to keep going through this because you understand. I'm blowing too many minds here when I show you this because like you just... Do you want to make the next 17-year mistake? Come on. Microsoft took over the world. What makes you think that people aren't going to cop it in Bitcoin? Ethereum? Dare I say? I know. I was like, whoa. We can't say those names. How do you know, bro? How do you know? Microsoft took over the world. What makes us so sure Bitcoin's destined for the infinite money printer scenario? What makes us so sure? We don't know. You got to learn from the greats. They all get humbled some way. That's why I go further and further deep into the shadow realm. As soon as you get yourself comfortable, you're like, oh, feeling too comfortable. I've got to keep going down. Keep watching my channel. We're on the journey together. All I want are your likes, your subscribe, share with your friends and family. It's a family-friendly show. Don't buy any product, friends. The only product we have is actually our friendship. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Tell mum and dad we love and appreciate them. Tell mum and dad Microsoft would have cost you 17 years of down only. See you soon.